Today we'll be talking about not one book, but two books. They will be talking about Adventure According to Humphrey and more adventures according to Humphrey. Now, originally, this book, Adventure According to Humphrey, was the original book, and it was written on World Book Day. However, this was pretty sure that the author didn't even said that it was like and that, and then the author wanted to write this again. So she came up with another story, an extended version, more adventures according to Humphrey, and even says like in one of its lines, my paw was still shaking when I first scribbled the tale in my notebook, and I left out a few details. And the notebook is this. This is part of Humphrey's book notebook, and my friend nicknamed this Part 1, the fifth diary, Part 1 of Humphrey, which is Little Adventure According to Humphrey. Now, this is Part 2, Adventures According to Humphrey, the diary, the fifth, Part 2, Diary of Humphrey. Now, this is what my friends nicknamed the Humphrey books, the Diaries of Humphrey. Okay, and let's move on. Now, first I'd like to say, I'll just go with the more adventures according to Humphrey, because part of this book is literally in the more adventures according to Humphrey. Now, in this book, this is a lot of work to do. There is a pirate, and Humphrey was really excited. He went to the library and one night, and then he accidentally turned on a remote control and a TV blared, and then he was watching a movie, and then he got so mesmerized that he started watching the movie, but then accidentally touched the button, and the movie replayed from the beginning. It was called Treasure Island, about someone named Silver, and then he watched the movie all night, and then he quickly scampered out of the library back to room 26. Got into the cage, shut it down, and told all about the movie. It took almost like an hour or so. And the next night, he scampered out of his cage, went back to the library, and turned the CD monitor back on, hoping to see Treasure Island again. But instead, he watched a video on about the eyes. It must have been Mr. Fitch must have been teaching somebody else about it, and then he's like, what the heck? And then he just watched it. But he said it was pretty good and educational. However, not as good as the Treasure Island. So, next time he watched it again, Treasure Island was back. Next time, it was just about lungs. Yeah, lungs. And then later when he was at home with Miss Brisbane, because the kids were having a field trip to the Potter's Pond to have a boat racing contest. However, when they were making their ships, they were so mesmerized into making their ships that they forgot about Humphrey. And Miss Brisbane had to take them. And then she made a list of what they would do. They would do it there. So let me see. Where's that list? Here it is. First, he saw Lun, and then he saw Tre, Capta, Red, Blue, Secret, and nothing. This is the list. And he saw, and then his heart pounded. Lun. Then he thought they were studying lungs. It was going to something lunge at us, or maybe it was just lunch. And that was what he was hoping for. And for Tre, that was definitely treasure. And Captain, that's definitely Captain. And Red, Blue, what would they mean? He never guessed it. And Secret G, I thought it was Secret Garden, but then he thought maybe Secret Guy, Secret Girl, Secret Goal. And it turned out to be Secret Guest. And later, when Humphrey just snatched onto a boat, and then he went on racing on it, and Kirk was there with his submarine, and he said, "I'm gonna kill Gale's ship," but he didn't know Humphrey was on it. And then he said, "A submarine's about to hit Humphrey," and then Kirk said, "What?" And he just went there, and he saw Humphrey on the ship that was about to crash. Oh no! He said, "Oh no!" And then he tried to reverse it. The periscope went shoot high. Humphrey jumped at it, and then he was saved. And then the submarine came back to safety, but it couldn't go anymore. It got stuck. Now Kirk and Gale had to get there and save Humphrey. Humphrey was dangling from the periscope, and he was from that periscope that he would almost drown. Now this is when I learned that hamsters should not go to water. should not go to water. Their oily fur might drown, and they might have a sickness quickly, and then they might die. Not because of drowning, but also the sickness too. And like somebody almost put him in with his hamster ball into water. Like, hey, what about the hamster ball? And then that guy just grabbed the hamster ball and with Humphrey inside and was about to put it in. Put it in. Humphrey might like the water. And then like, no. And then if Miss Brisbane saying that water for hamsters aren't good, he was worried. But then like Kurt came in and said, not with Humphrey inside, you dodo. Yeah, and then like later, Humphrey even drew a picture of his own ship, the SS Golden Hamster. It said in golden letters right here. Now let me show you with the smaller version. Here it is! SS Golden Hamster. He drew it himself. He even learned how to draw. Now this book is one of the fabulous books in the world. And why I say this is one of the greatest books in the Diaries of the Humphrey books, as I nicknamed them. It's because these Humphrey books are all exciting. They all have adventure in them. And they always have an exciting climax to a dreadful end. And also the description and how the author even describes the words and the action, how they are done. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. So I hope you learned a lot through this story. And I really have to say that at the end of the book, there was another one of those guys. And Humphrey's top 10 favorite pirate facts. And he even said pirates are still alive today. So yeah, watch out. And there really is a book named Treasure Island. And there really is a movie on Treasure Island. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did and the story. And I hope you'll buy one of these books, Humphrey books. And please join me at Patreon and John Course. And please join me. And also please join the website of Humphrey, www.funwithhumphrey.com. See ya! Shanahan out! Zoom out!